All right, guys, so today we are going to talk about how to turn a seemingly bad apartment deal into a good one. We're going to take a look at an actual deal that we recently financed for a client of ours. So they were purchasing a 10-unit building for $2.3 million. The cap rate on this building was 2.6%. So on the face of it, you're thinking like, this is a terrible deal. Your interest rate is going to probably be 4%, which means this is like a totally losing deal, right? First off, you're thinking, even if you could make this deal work, how are you going to get a loan? Since apartment loans are based on cash flow, and this property would only qualify for an $800,000 loan. You probably don't have the difference between 2.3 million and 800,000 as a down payment. So first off, how do you make that work once you decide you can actually turn this into a good deal? Well, you can get private money. So that's what these clients did. They went out and they got a $1.6 million private money loan, which means that they came in with pretty standard 30% down. The reason why they saw this as being such a great deal is that this was a value add property. This particular property had average rents of $800 per unit. And in Southern California, that's unheard of. I can't even believe that you could still find anything for rent at that rate here. But so the rents were at $800 a unit. After they did their analysis, they determined that they could get anywhere from $1,850 to $1,950 per unit in rent. So they said, this is a great deal, we have to make it happen. So they went out, they got their private money loan. They analyzed how much money they were going to have to invest into the property in order to get those rents up. This was a fabulous deal because they only had to invest about $35,000 into the property in order to get the rents that they needed. 5 months later, we were able to refinance them. They come to us for the refinance and we move forward. Their goal was to get anywhere from $1.8 million to $1.85 million on the loan through the increase in rents. We moved forward with the loan and the value first off came back at $2,740,000. So they purchased it for $2.3 million, invested $35,000 and increased the value by $440,000, which is pretty good for 5 months' time. I would definitely invest $35,000 to make $440,000, wouldn't you? So they did increase the rents. They increased them to $1,900 per unit, which is an $1,100 per unit increase in income. So that turned their cap rate from 2.6% to 6.3% in 5 months. And we were able to get them the new loan of $1.8 million. So that means they were able to not only recoup some cash, all of their cash for what they had to invest in the property to increase the rent, they were able to get some additional cash out to, go reinvest in something else or just to have that cash to save. So this is how you can turn what looks like a bad deal into a good deal. You always have to look at what the potential of the property is and how much money you're going to have to invest into that property to increase the value or increase those rents.